Hey, Daisan here with episode 4 of the Day and Night podcast. With me today is my constant co-host, Akane, and we have one guest today, which is APM.
Hey. There we go. Yeah, unfortunately, I think our fourth person was unable to make it, so maybe for another time. But 3 of us, that's more than enough content, I would say. We've got loads of opinions to come, so yeah.
It's always, I think it's always spicy when we have Akane and APM on. Alright, so first of all, we're going to be going through global, just like always, and we're going to talk about the Spa Nazarick Resort event, and then we're also going to talk a bit about the Assault field that came with it. So, what do you guys think of the event? Undead, raid difficulty?
So in terms of the actual event, like, I mean, I'm going to say this, every single podcast we do, it's basically the same as the previous one, right? It's just like reskins of like enemies and like, you know, they do different skills and stuff. I personally haven't even done the Undead because I don't do the Undead missions, but the extreme one was like pretty easy. Like everyone can just like run 4 Kakitises or 4 auras, and you know, if you got bar finds, then brilliant for the bonus points. But yeah, I've been using my 90 cock to like kill them all because you fight Zaryusu at the end, but other than that, you just fight the lizards. Yeah, I don't really know too much about the Undead. I haven't even bothered trying it, but I could imagine bar finds is in there somewhere. So APM, have you done Undead? I'm assuming you have.
Yeah, I've made my 5 mandatory Undead missions for the extra meds, and Undead is basically just tech units and one strong power unit. So it's exactly the opposite from the extreme mission. What I really want to talk about with this event is that normally the event units that get an event bonus have some kind of advantage against the extreme stage. Like last time with the pumpkins, you got the pumpkins weak to earth, and they were mainly power, not power, tech for Halloween aura or to destroy. But this time, you have stuff like Zaryusu, who is speed, and all the enemies on extreme are power. Also, all of them have ice resistance, so he's completely useless. But when he has weak stats, he gets an event bonus, and the game tells you. Same with the faster hamster. He's also green, and he's hamster. So you expect him to use. It's
They don't like Zaryusu, let's be honest. Like the game devs just do not like Zaryusu. Like the poor guy.
Yeah, I feel like he's gonna get a buff eventually, in JP eventually.
That'd be the dream. Like I don't know what they're gonna be able to do to him, but I guess we'll get into that later on. But Jesus Christ, there's more than a buff.
On the other hand, I finally got the time to pull out my luck 40 cock from the closet, and finally I put it to use.
Put that cock back in the closet, you.
Monetization is on the way. Okay.
Yeah. So well, from that note, would you say the Undead is quite hard, or like I know with like Nazarick Antima, like because you definitely used her, but
I did it with multiple DPS. Like as long as you have Nazarick Antima, for example, not even with Nazarick Antima, you need just a tank that's not. Wait, what color was it? That's not green. We have no tank that's green, and you're done. I did it with Samurai Sabers. I did it with any DPS just to try around.
Yeah. Easy. I mean, from the event you get well, from the shop and you know from the points you get the relic. From what I gathered was pretty useless. Besides the image itself was pretty nice. But yeah, you like literally got like you got a bonus in all stats, and I think it was you get damage reduced, physical. I think it was. Yeah, I mean rewards from it. I mean it's a 5-star relic at the end of the day. It doesn't really matter. But would anyone actually be using it? Probably not. I mean it's a good tank relic. Like don't get me wrong, it's a pretty good tank relic. And you know maybe healer relic, but if you have Momonga or Eye of Sadis, which a lot of people will probably have by now, you know, it's easily replaceable considering this relic is literally going to fill that tank / healer spot on your team. Whereas if you got the DPS relics, you got 3, possibly 2 units that it could possibly go on. But this has literally got 1 unit to get on. So it's fighting all those other tank and healer relics just to get on that one spot. But it's not bad for a free to play relic for what it covers. I don't think it's a bad relic at all. Especially for new players, you know, who don't have relics yet.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, and then I heard the raid has the. Does it have like the naked skinship relic, the one with Ainz and Cocytus and Nemerug?
Yeah, it's got that one.
Oh, that's
which
nice.
is
So
very
the
good.
relic-
Yeah.
Okay, it's
So,
in the
like-
raid shop, right? Sorry.
Yeah. It's in the raid shop. So like, I feel like, well, I mean, it's a given at this point. Like, let's be honest. But like from raids, like they're putting in like pretty decent relics. Like, what did we have last time? The symbol of the guild, like the staff, which is pretty good. And then we had the what was it? The Berserk one, if I'm correct, or was that from the event? That was from the raid,
no,
right?
not the Berserk one. We got on Berserk. We got the 4-star Zoc.
Oh yeah, that was useless. Don't worry, ignore me.
Afterwards, we got the Halloween one that refills the OD bar.
Yeah.
20% OD, but it also gives like the most stats in the game right now.
Yeah. I mean, the raid itself isn't bad considering the rewards. Like the relic isn't bad at all. Personally, I think like it's better than the staff, like the guild staff. I think only if you're using it on a dark unit, so like Ainz itself. I would probably say it might just be slightly better. It depends on how much you value that HP difference on the relics, but I wouldn't say it's that far off, if not better than guild stuff.
Those 3 points in crit are half of Mighty Warrior on top of symbol passive. But yeah, of course, it's only got on right now. It's the best on base Ainz and on jealousy or envy. I don't know how she's called here.
It's jealousy in English, and I hate that. And
Jealousy,
envy
yeah.
in Japan.
Jealousy, because jealousy also does dark AoE damage.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, not a bad relic.
Skeleton Knight single target.
The boss itself is buff Ainz, like, which again, like, not really much you can say about it. It's just same as last time, just a different enemy. And in this case, you're fighting buff Ainz. I think I've only done like one run of it. Like I said in the last podcast, I don't even bother with the raids. Like, I just don't get any excitement out of it. But I mean, there's not much you can say really. You can survive all the attacks from bar finds. Like you get to use some speed units. So like Nazarick Entimo is going to be really good against him, which is great because she just does big boy damage anyway. And then now you get bonus because she doesn't have elemental, so she can only do bonus damage against people that have better, worse typing than her or tech typing. Sorry.
Right now, Griffith. It's Griffith's turn to shine. So
Yeah.
he does a lot this time.
I don't know. I think Sin done some testing, but he's not here. I don't know where his testing results are, but I think from what I've heard, like Griffith is very high up on that list of
20%
units
better
on damage
than any other unit. Even Nazarick Entoma. He is the absolute strongest right now. Right?
That's kind of
Yeah. Yeah. Like for there it is.
The only one rivaling him as to Sin is Zaryusu with max intimacy, but nobody will have that right now.
Yeah, I think it would take way too long to grind that out. Even if you're grabbing like the 30 a day.
Yeah.
He actually might be able to do 50 a day too, if like he's the only intimacy unit.
Yeah. But even 50 a day is still a month.
Yeah, and then the event will be over by then. Okay, so besides that, we can talk about the new units a bit. Because like Zaryusu is a bit underwhelming compared to kind of the units we got, because we were kind of spoiled with the Halloween units coming early. So we have like Shizu, Denryug, and Solution. and that's nice. And then when we got the new Ainz, he actually came with the JP buffs that he had just recently gotten. So now he is like a free MP farmer, which is like the first of its kind. He has like a pretty decent like team buff with like attack and skill damage up with full MP, and I think he has pretty decent stats like most of the other Ainz have.
Yeah. I guess we'll start with Zaryusu. This will be like a quick unit to talk about because there's not much to him, poor guy. I mean, I don't have him on global, but I got him 3 times on JP. I don't know how or why I'm getting Zaryusu of all the possible 5-star units, but I've had him 3 times. And it's safe to say he is garbage. He's so bad. He just does no damage. He dies at the snap of a finger. Poor guy. He's so slow.
I think you're gonna upset a certain lizard-loving data collector. No.
No. I want to sell him. I'd rather get like 1,000 gold than keep Zaryusu. Poor guy.
Dude, just wait till you build Intimacy. Then he'll be like slightly 20% better.
Yeah. He's like back in the era of like, you know, as you said, like those Gen 1 units and stuff like that. He's in like the units like literally like first release banner units, if that makes sense. Like Clementine and the Momons. Like he's that weak.
I think he's slightly better than like base Clementine.
Because he has at least a good elemental attack going for him and nice stats.
Yeah, but like that's the thing. Like he's in the same tier as those guys. Is what I'm trying to say. At this late in the game, like we need more middle tier, like top tier units for people to even bother summoning. But obviously, as we're all aware, people were summoning on this banner not for him, but for Bath Ainz, and they are getting him instead of Bath Ainz. Let's be honest.
My thoughts about Zaryusu, I've maxed him today. Like I had him level 100 just a few days ago, and maxed the skills today with attack books. And he's okay. He does perform outlandishly good in this raid, but this raid was only made for him, basically. With him being speed and the raid being tech and it having 75% weakness to ice. With the self buff, he does more than Nazarick Intoma. But that's about it.
Yeah.
I don't think I managed any undead content with him as a pure DPS. It's just
Bathfinder is like insane as well. Like the fact that both of them are in the same banner, it's the same as freaking Jabberolf and I probably said that wrong. And then Jabberolf and what's his name, Mars Shalltear. It's the same thing again, but yeah.
Or Bloody Valk, not Bloody Valk, but the normal Shalltear.
Yeah, the healer Shalltear, that one. The banner that we literally had like last time. It's basically that again, but the unit that's worse, like Zaryusu and the Mars Shalltear's better. But then the better units of the two banner, Ainz versus, you know, Mars Demi, Ainz is better, so it kind of balances out. But again, it's basically the same concept. You want one unit, but you'll probably get the other, which is a bit sad. But overall, if you get Barfines, I think he's a really good unit, personally. 3 MP AoE, woof, that's sexy.
We tested him, and he does less damage on AoE than Wet Ainz, than the swimsuit Ainz. And his buffs are still split very badly for those who don't look it up right now.
Yeah.
He has two main buffs, and one of them gives attack and skill damage, like really high attack and skill damage, but that doesn't really matter because we have a buff cap of 70%, after which every additional attack buff is useless. And the other one gives death and crit chance. So on a raid, you want attack and crit, but if you use both, you have 9 MP wasted, and it only lasts 3 turns. So he's in a kind of strange position.
He's not strong. It's just like 3 MP for an AoE. Like, if you have him, like, you can just leave it on auto, basically, and you complete missions so much quicker. But he's not insane damage. He's an enhancer. But even his typing isn't good, really. Like, I think he does fire and he's, like, tech. Like, It's not amazing, but
also
you know,
not necessarily that much faster because the difference between 6 MP and 5 MP is huge, but the difference between 5 MP and 4 MP and 4 MP and 3 MP is not as much, especially between 4 and 3 MP, which farming missions do go longer than 4 or 5 turns.
I think it's more though. No,
Hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4. You can use the AOE 4 times in a row. 4 MP.
Yeah,
how
it's 3
often?
times in a row.
Yeah, and like there's only one 4 MP unit at the minute, so you're really only comparing them to the 5 MP units, I would say, because the only 4 MP unit is Demi Halloween, but that's gone now. So if you have him, great, then you can do that comparison. But if you're just starting the game now, or you know, if you're like starting in the future, unless it's Halloween time that you're starting, or if we get any other 4 MP units at the moment, which we might, who knows? You can't really compare it at the minute. 5 MP to 3 MP.
We get a 4 MP soon with Christmas Albedo, the buff one, and another 3 MP with Nabarel.
Mm.
But what I wanted to say is, how many turns? How often do you spend 4 turns on mob characters on the
Me.
waves when farming anything? It's
Me.
not as much as if you just the difference between 3 and 4 MP is basically 1 AoE more, but you finish the mob waves after 2 waves anyways. Normally.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I'm hosting, like, but you finish the mob waves with like 2 waves, but then like there's 3 waves of it. So you'll finish 2 mob waves, if that makes sense. Like if I'm hosting on co-op, because everyone joins with envy, and you know, there's a luck unit. So, but we're getting off topic now, I think, personally.
Yeah.
Pathfinder's pretty decent. Zaryusu. Yeah.
Just keep in mind that if you have wet Ainz, you shouldn't pull for buff Ainz.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Well, I guess we can kind of wrap up all the event talk. So it's what, November 28th as of this recording, so that means we're moving on to December next month. We've had a few peeks at what we're gonna get next. Like we're gonna get the Christmas units, we're gonna get the Albedo, we're gonna get the Sebas, and then we're gonna get the Nabro, and they're all gonna be buffed from the JP buffs as well. So that's gonna be kind of like a whole new level of power creep, I'd say. But it's kind of weird because we've already got a few like units that are kind of good too, like the Halloween ones and like the Nazine, like the wet irons.
I think the reason behind those were that the new units are buffed because they weren't in the files before. Like they hadn't loaded on the APK when the units were buffed. For example, the Halloween units were already there long before the buffs were announced on JP, so they didn't bother with changing the unit on the global version. And instead, like with this one, the new EE is not even on the data yet, at least according to offline. So they simply take the improved version. That's at least my theory behind that. Why some units are coming over buffed and some don't.
Yeah, that makes sense. Is there anything else you guys really want to talk about global? Anything super interesting, or any gripes you have, or anything you want to applaud Crunchyroll for doing?
Not really. No. Like, oh, actually, here we go. The packs, the Black Friday pack and the Thanksgiving one. What an absolute shambles! Why do they even bother doing that stuff?
Is it not cost effective?
Well, it's basically the same as what they do normally, but obviously they take the value down of the pack, but then they'll actually like lower stuff in the pack. But I don't know. I think it's a bit clickbaity, personally. Like,
I wanted to buy. Today I was standing at the grocery store and was thinking, should I buy another Apple Card? But then I looked it up, the offer. It's like $59 for 860 stones and a gold ticket and some mats and potions.
yeah,
But the thing is,
like,
if you buy stones purely, like the thing that's always there, you can buy 1,000 stones for $59.99, which is 860 paid stones, the same like the pack. and 140 free stones. So you basically exchanging the 140 free stones for a gold ticket and some limit breaking mats and stones and X.
Yeah.
So,
And the 5-star ticket isn't even a character exclusive one, which is dog.
Exactly.
Like,
What, you don't want?
I don't want another Mighty Warrior. Like,
What, you don't want another trump card?
No, I don't. I really don't. Zaryusu and trump card on my JP account are like my two biggest complaints because that's all I'm getting. I've had enough.
Oh man.
Yeah, gold tickets don't have any value right now at least for players like us.
Not until like the 5-star pool gets expanded, like Flutter and Gladiator Ainz, when those come out, like 5-star tickets might be worth more. But until then, like the pool is kind of small and dingy.
And name the spear guy.
Oh, that first seat? Yeah, I just recently got my like 6th copy of first seat, and I don't know, man. Once that guy gets buffed, he'll probably be a bit better. But right now, I feel like he's just missing that little bit of extra to make him like a good unit. Oh yeah.
I really want something
Yeah.
my JP account. Anyways, that's JP.
Yeah. So speaking of JP, let's move over to JP then. And just like Global, we are in the midst of the Spa Nazarick Resort rerun, and we also have the new Spa event as well. So how have you guys been doing on the event?
Not even touched it. I done the original one, the old one. And I think on that one it was like you just get medals, you didn't get any stones from it, right?
No, you got a few stones.
You got a few.
Yeah,
you got like a few from like the end of the chapter. If
I
that
think you
makes
got like
sense.
100 stones.
Yeah. So I guess that was okay. Like you got something, but you know it wasn't all stones. And then the other one I kind of started, but I never actually finished. Due to IRL stuff. So, but I would assume it'd be basically the same thing, just different enemies at the end. Like it's Mass for the Dead. Come on, what can we expect?
Oh, I was gonna say
Undead will probably be fun,
the undead is really fun. APM, did you manage to clear the undead?
I didn't even try it. I tried it once with Mark as a team, and I gave up.
Yeah, so for those not in the loop, the undead for the new Spa event is like you just standard first wave, doesn't matter, second wave is all the new Spa units, but like the last wave is like Spa Islands, right? And then he has his like little cleaning slime from the anime that he likes. But like he has like what is it, 100,000 HP or something? And then like the slime has like 4,000 HP. So you think, oh, that's just like a joke. But then when you hit it, you do like 10 damage, and you're like, what the hell is going on? So, yeah, the slime has like super, super, super high defense, and then you just had to like kill both of them to clear the undead, but then the slime is just like healing and making it a bit more annoying for you to take down Ainz. And not to mention, Ainz is like casting like Water Skeleton and like other stuff and AoEing you. So it's a very interesting undead to clear. It's kind of, if you have a strong team, you could like grind through it, but then it emphasizes, I think, some of the new status ailments he got, which is the new Spa Shalltear's burn status she has on her 4MP skill.
Yeah, which should be pretty broken against that Ainz. Yeah, I think it's impossible for my JP account. I mean, I have Nazarick Ainz, I have now Fumi, I have a healer, but I simply don't have the damage to do it.
Yeah, that's kind of like an intimacy thing. Getting that 20% extra is a lot.
I can give you one Zaryusu if you want.
You
can have him for free. I'll pay you to have him off of me.
I have no DPS unit on my account. I have like I have PA, I have Nas Ainz, I have Mara, I have I think another healer, but no attacker. I got Nazarick Nab eventually after doing the paid step up for Nazarick Fest fully, but she is less good.
I was gonna say, did anyone pull in the Spa banner? Like the
Nope.
JP one? No?
Nah.
Yes,
I haven't played too much JP. In fact, I'm going to log into it right now.
I was gonna say, there's like a step up if you just want to throw like 100 or 200, unless you're saving for something. I think you're saving for a 2-year anniversary, right?
I'm definitely saving for that. That's whatever that is going to be crazy. I'm telling you now. And you can watch this video when it comes out, and you can comment, "Oh my god, I can't believe you're right," and I'll be like, "Yeah, I knew it." And I don't know what it is yet. Like, there's no data mining or anything on this yet. Not that I've been aware of, but I'm just saying, 2nd year anniversary, whoever it is, it's the new best unit in the game. Quote me on it. Done.
Watch it just be like a healer.
Yeah, I don't even care. Whatever it is, it'll be the best unit in the game. If it's a healer or a tank, it'll be the best healer / tank in the game. Even better than Naofumi if it's a tank. I guarantee you. I guarantee you it.
Yeah, probably. You know that we are talking on the Discord about that JP will eventually buff Nazarick Ainz in the next few months. Could you believe it?
Oh, why would they buff him? Just like they need to debuff him.
Simply, other people, other characters after the buffs are as good as him.
I think that's kind of better if you bring people up to his level, because then it gives you more options.
I want them to buff Zeshi, mate. Make her a single target skill and AoE skill. Oh,
you know what? They could just reduce the cost of her other skill to like 3 from 5, and then she'd instantly be like super good.
Do that and make her skill like AoE, like freaking what's his name, Demiurge, and just make it do like 150% damage 4 MP AoE. Oh,
holy shit!
I'll move to Japan. Yeah, so that's it really. What's in the shop?
Oh, it's like the new Relic. It's like so nothing to really write home about. No, and then like in the Osher shop we got the repeat of last year's Relic as well, and then there is a new Bath Relic in paid gacha. Well, not paid gacha, but in the gacha pool, and that is kind of like Halloween's Relic, where it gives you base Sterling Overdrive, except that it's like the biggest stat block in the game, like highest HP in the game, like top 5 highest attack, and then like top 13 highest attack, top 5 highest speed. Something like that. So like it's just the biggest stat block in the game right now.
I was at least lucky to get the darkness, crit, and magic damage buffing relic from the gacha, because it's really good on Nazarick Ainz.
Yeah, it's a shame it's in the gacha, but like, well, at least like we have another chance to get it. And then I think that wraps up the whole spa side of things. Another event going on right now though is Battle Zone. Good old Battle Zone. This is the second time the event is here, and there's 3 stages like last time, and each stage has 3 difficulties: bronze, silver, and gold. So let's talk about this.
I'm gonna mute my mic because I've only got like level 60 characters. Like, I don't know what you want me to say here. Like, I can't speak on this. I get it's like the hardest. It's harder than Undead, right?
Yeah. But I'll be gushing about it for a bit.
This is you guys right here. I'm just saying, but all I can say is, if I was like strong enough to do this, I'd probably love it because it's what we've been asking for.
Yeah.
But then again, it's still not as difficult as I think it should be. Like, there needs to be more, like a bit of a twist to it, not just.
No. I'll go into details of all 3 of them, and then you let me know what you think.
Okay, go ahead.
It's difficult enough.
Okay.
I guess you, Daisuke, you have come from a different point because your JP account is very well off.
Yeah, you could say that.
But I started new last month, like as a side project, and this event is so hard. I can't clear gold. I can barely clear silver if everything aligns in my favor. The enemies, especially the Pleiades one, they have all the broken skills from the tier list, like the Lupus,
the Nazarick, yeah, all the Nazarick festival versions of the units. Okay, yeah,
it's hard.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll go over all 3 of them. So there's 3 different quests. So the first one is 6 arms based off like the event. Next one is the Empire, and the last one is Pleiades. So the first event, the first mission is 6 arms, and I'll ignore the bronze and silver ones because with enough effort and like revive scumming, you can get through it. But then the gold mission for 6 arms is a DPS check. It's 2 waves, And the first wave has the Undead King Lich, and he heals 40,000 HP a turn. So the general strat is to kill all the other 6 other members on the map, and then if you can't do more than 40,000 damage in a single turn, then like you will never beat it, even if you revive infinitely. So that's like the first mission, which is like pretty much the biggest DPS check.
In addition, the Undead King also has a really strong attack that even if Naofumi reduces all damage by 80%, like I've stacked death on him and he still took like 2.8k from his skill.
Yeah, so on top of being a DPS check, if you bring a healer and a tank with you, you have to rely on your 2 DPS units doing more than 40,000 damage a turn. So that's kind of hilarious and kind of scary to think about. Yeah. It was interesting, and I managed to clear it first time with Nazarick Demi, which I feel is like one of the really really good DPS units we have out right now.
Here we go, flexing. Done it first time. I had my eyes shut. My phone was dead.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna say I first time cleared all of them. The only thing, the only thing is, I messed up the turn count on the player this one. I was like 52 turns the first time, and I was like sub 30 turns the second time. But anyways, so that's the first one. It's pretty much a glorified DPS check where you also have to keep your tank alive. The second one is the Empire, which takes a different twist on the mission, because normally like you get multiple waves, so like normally you buff yourself up and get ready for the wave transition. This is only a 1 wave level, and it has all the Empire units out, and then the Emperor himself, and then they hit you really really hard early. So the key to this fight, instead of being a DPS check, is being able to quickly scrounge up your defenses and get like yourself ready from turn 1. You want your tank to be like provoking or like using Naofumi using his effect to reduce damage. You need your healer to heal your tank if they can provoke in time, or to keep your units alive with an AoE heal. And then you just gotta manage debuffing the enemy so they don't murder you. Junichtiv buffs his team, so that's kind of annoying. And then you just gotta kind of worry about like staying alive, like regulating your team, and then being able to kill them before you get overwhelmed.
Yeah, on the other hand, they at least are not immune to status. So even people like me, I managed to do it because I could paralyze Jitnif and one other dude from them with Nabarals, with Nazarick Nabarals for MP single target ability. Yeah, it saved the day.
Yeah.
So also, it's very easily farmed on Bronze.
Oh yeah, bronze is probably the best thing to farm. I was gonna say, yeah, so status actually really helps the people who don't have a team, who can like quickly kind of like get everything in order. So that's really nice. Units like Yabadov would help. He has a paralysis, and he's a good debuffer as well. And then
in addition, I was really carried. In addition, I was really carried by a swimsuit Entoma, simply sleeping all 4 of them.
Oh yeah, that's pretty nice. I had one with me when I was farming the bronze one, and it's super nice. Because then you can get away with stuff like Nazarick Demi self buff, and then Entoma sleep, and next turn you just like chunk them for like 70% of their HP. And it's like a 2-turn clear. But okay, and the last one is the Playtest one. And then this one is kind of like running you through the gauntlet. So how the last one had 1 wave, this one has 5 waves. And the first wave is kind of a gimme. It's just Entoma with 300 HP-ish. And she sits there, and then she just spams debuff on you. So if you want, you can spend that entire time like charging overdrive gauge, buffing yourself, and then like you move on to like the next wave. And the next 4 waves are kind of like, oh, here's a bunch of like maids in the Nazarick form. You got like Solution AoEing you. You have Yuri like spamming evasion, and like so on and so forth. I think you run into every maid at least once, and on the last wave, you run into Sabas when he's actually good, because you fight a weak Sabas on 4th wave. And the 5th Sabas, he comes out with a shield and his tryhard face on.
Yeah, but this wave will probably be easier once the new Christmas units will come out with the Dispo, etc.
Yeah, but pretty much what's gonna happen is Battle Zone and all the other events are kind of like ending on the same day, like about 4 days time, and then we're gonna move on to the next event. So if you can't clear Battle Zone this time, grind up. We'll probably get more Battle Zones in the future. It is a shame though, because you do get like achievement buffs off these icons, just like the last Battle Zone. So try to grab like the bronze and silver. I'd recommend, because you can get away with it if you bring some stronger friends with you.
Also, you have really good loot for beginners. Like with just some, like the first reward is a silver ticket, then you got the tier 4 materials in like double stacks, like 2 orbs, then 2 rings, then 2 orbs, ores, and then the tier 5 materials even. Like the farm there is really rewarding if you can farm it. So definitely do that on Bronze Empire.
Okay, so then yeah, that's kind of Battle Zone, and that's pretty much all the events going on right now. We can look at some of the new units that we got lately. We had gotten the Spa Albedo, which is a healer, and a Spa Shalltear, which is an attacker. So what's kind of your impressions on them so far?
I haven't looked at them, so APM, you go first. I'm gonna look at Albedo first. So yeah.
Okay, Albedo basically is a healer that also has an AoE, but when she heals, she restores overdrive. It's like she's okay. She's nothing special. The really good thing about her is that her overdrive buffs like attack, crit, and heals for 22k. But it's like 1/5 only of that, because offline found out that AoE heals get a devalue multiplier.
Yeah,
She's
I'm
still
just looking at it
really
now, and they done Albedo dirty.
Dude, she's got like 8 forms, man. Some of them have to be garbage.
Yeah, like they done her dirty. I mean, she had like just looking at it from the start, I was like, oh damn, like, that's pretty good. You know, she's got pretty high HP, pretty high defense, really good speed for a healer. Skill 1, 2 MP, it's not bad. And then the 4 MP heal with the 40% to 1 ally. Yeah, get out of here, man. Then they try to make up for it with a 5 MP AoE with 25% defense down, which I think Origami does, or one of the
Yeah,
Kurumi.
they both do it.
So,
cute
yeah,
Mario does it too.
the AoE's pretty, the overdrive's pretty good, but that's about it.
I was gonna say
Literally
like you could spam her heal on herself, and then she has overdrive up in like 3 turns. And then
Even
he,
who's gonna heal them?
I'm just saying, man. Like in case you need to clutch out a heal, you'd be like, oh well, I can't heal the entire team unless I heal myself.
Yeah, like you'd have to like do big brain plays to make her like god tier, but otherwise, she trash.
You can run her with the Empire, or with the
Trash.
Emperor, and then run like an overdrive centric team. I think that'd be pretty funny.
And now we're looking
I
at
think
Shalltear.
Mark has her, and he really liked the 2 MP attack. Like it's 2 MP and it's stronger than you would think. Like with them, it's not really good, but it's 2 MP. So
Yeah. Nazarick Demiurge proves that 2 MP skills are kind of great.
And then I just looked at Shalltear. Like she's a bit better, but again, like what have they done? Like what were they thinking when they done these characters?
They gave her burn. Burn's a pretty good
they-
status ailment.
They're like looking at the stats, right? Again, HP is pretty good, defense pretty good, attack's pretty low for an attacker, speed.
It's not that
Yeah.
bad. She's like 360, right?
347.
Ah, it's faster than Shizu. Let's go.
That's literally like bottom 5 or bottom 3, something like that.
speeds.
You got a 4 MP AoE. That's nice. 4 MP, yada yada yada. 3 MP self heal for 1,400 with a 50% magical attack. Like
That's just an attack buff with a heal like as an add-on. It's a freebie.
yeah, I get that, but like even 3 MP to get a 1 buff like that, I'd rather use like Marstein's 2 MP, which buffs him these magical skill damage and magical attack or whatever it is that he does.
Oh, speaking of Mastines, he's getting a buff soon. We can talk about that after.
Ooh. And then single target skill, another one of them double hit ones with the burn status effect. I don't actually know what burn does, right? That's new, right?
Yeah, it is.
It's
What does it
serious
do?
burn, about 15% or 25% of the max HP or something. It's a ridiculous strong effect, and also the burn is one. If the enemy is not status immune, it's always applied. So it's a
Okay.
really good.
No,
thing
that's
over
pretty
time.
good. If it's that's pretty good then, I would say. 10% magical attack,
Standard.
yeah, and 15% recovery. Yeah, that's gonna do so much with that 1,400 HP buff.
25% water, no, doesn't matter.
Overdrive, give what give 50% magical attack to self as a selfish unit, and it's not even a good one. No, I don't know. I'd say she's better than Albedo, but like, she's still not really good, is she? Either of them, I would say.
Mm.
I wouldn't summon for either of them. I know why people would though, because they're in towels, but that's about it.
I was gonna say like
You haven't seen the overdrives.
I was gonna
You
say
haven't
like
seen the
Fish is
overdrive.
pretty on those units though. On like at least the burn status that Shalltear has, because I think he sees a lot of value in that status ailment helping you be able to chip down like damage that like normally.
In a way, you could, right? You could put her on a team and like have like a stalling team, right? Like you could put her with like Naofumi, another unit on JP when she comes out, and like a healer like Clem or Rem. Yeah, maybe even Rem, right? Just in this case, just to self heal. And like you can just like tank away or dodge away and just let the burn do its thing. Like you could, right?
Yeah,
It would be fun.
If it can land on like an undead like boss who has a large HP pool, because normally they have like resist, but if they don't have resist, then like it could just like chip away at like huge pool and make the fight so much faster.
Yeah. So not a bad unit, right? Like I just wouldn't pull for her personally. As much as I love Shalltear, especially in a towel, I wouldn't pull for her. When are they gonna do buff Neuronist, eh?
After they do Blue Rose, because if the relics or like any hint of last time we got like Albedo Shalltear in the relic. Now we have Blue Rose in the relic, so that means next time we're getting Spa Blue Rose confirmed first on Day and Night episode 4. Let's go.
That some people are gonna quit if Gagarin and Bath Towel comes.
Dude, what do you mean bath towel, man? You don't need a towel to cover those. Just kidding. Okay. Besides that, let's move on from the spa units. I'll just quickly mention the buffs aren't out yet, but the next round of buffs has been announced. It's for Masked Ainz, so like the all fiery boy. Then we also have Fluter getting a buff as well, which just wait, there's more. This Nazarick Evil Eye, Nazarick Shalltear are both getting buffs as well, and then all the Santa units, so Sebas, Nabarro, and Albedo are getting buffed too. We have some information about the Christmas buffs already that were leaked on our Discord, but I'm just gonna keep waiting to offline post them. Also,
he's posted them.
Yeah. Also, Enri and Fluter both have Intimacy, so Fluter is gonna be super buffed with his 20% more attack, and then he's actually getting a layer of more buffs on him. So like I think
what his buffs are. Please, you gotta tell me what his buffs are now.
Okay. So I'm talking to like offline concurrently, and he says like, right now he's in the middle of Thanksgiving because late Thanksgiving, and
You can see the buff on offline.
Hang on, I need to get out my boy Fluter right now.
Yeah.
Come on, right? I've got him up now. He's already got Intimacy added onto him. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think he's added it up. Okay, hit me with it. What's the buff, please? It's gotta be good.
Alright.
Like if you just go on the global section of Offline's website, the Christmas units are already the buffed ones that got imported.
Yeah.
I saw that when you said that the Christmas units got buffed in the last segment with the units. I had a look, and now I'm actually tempted to summon for at least 2 of them. I'm just saying.
Albedo? Are you gonna go back onto the Sebas trade? Your first love?
Albedo and not Sebas and Nave. I would go for Sebas, right? But the thing is, I know now Fumi's out there, and I don't know when he's coming, but he could, right? And if he does, I'm gonna be so annoyed if I summon for Sebas and I get him. So no tanks for me unless it's Yuri.
Sebes has so many good quality of life buffs that he needed. So like they fixed his early provoke to not be like super garbage, and then they also gave him some like much needed like defensive
Listen,
buffs.
you need to stop. I don't want to spend any more money than what I'm intending to spend. All right, I don't want to summon for him. I just want the other two, and they're paid step up.
On Nazarick Ainz level, always. Except that
Albedo is a
that
definite for me.
Like I might actually re-roll in global because the account I have right now is just other like dog shit. So I might re-roll for Albedo and then hold all the stones, then pull for certain orange-haired girl or pink-haired, depending on what kind of hero you see.
Please don't pull for a shield. Please.
Orange-haired girl.
It's like I said, it's really hard depending on like what your like vision is, because you can see it as pink or you can see it as orange, but it's in that like reddish hue spectrum.
Okay, I think I know who you're talking about, but I won't say anything. But like, okay, cool, I get it. Right, Fluda, what's his buff? Come on, I need to know this.
It's not posted yet. Same thing with the only ones that got posted with the Santa ones, because they got posted onto the JP on the global one as well. But like Fluda, Evil Eye, Shalltear, and Amunga both have not been posted on offline site yet.
Oh god. I'm so like excited for no reason, but if Fluda's buff is insane, he's going to SS. I don't care what anyone says. He's going to SS. Just someone needs to make the cut that isn't in Nazarick, man. Someone just needs to get up
I was
there
gonna
with
say
Fluda's
like
buff.
he has a radar banner. Are you gonna pull on Fluda or no?
If he comes out on global and he's got his buff and it's a good buff to the point where I would consider him like SS personally, I would summon for him 100%. I would. I'm tempted to summon for him now, but the thing is, these buff units are putting a freaking spanner in the works because Albedo, dude, she looks insane now.
Also, you have to always keep in mind. They normally, when they do the buffs, they overtune like 2 units, and the rest get some buffs, but not enough to put them out of their misery.
You mean like Kakaitis?
Or Momon or most of the Guardians.
Oh man, the buffs are so good. Like Albedo, 4 MP now for what she does. That's insane. Like 3 MP, all parameters now. You know, her passives are really good. I'm pretty sure her speed. Oh my god.
Yup.
This is so sexy. It's just unfortunate the game doesn't have any content that you need this stuff on. Jesus Christ.
Also, her debuff is now was buffed to be on the level of Nazarick Ainz.
Oh yeah, but like we're not comparing anyone to Nazarick Ainz. Like, let's be honest. But like, come on, that's insane.
Yeah. Besides that, the patch notes normally tell us that most of these buffs are pretty much going to be MP decreasing and skill like base stat increases. So like, don't expect anything like Demiurge's skill fusions this time around. But like, they're just going to change ratios. That's it.
Well, I looked at Fluda.
They write that every time though. They wrote it also last time that they're gonna adjust MP and skills.
I mean, I looked at Fluda and I'm looking at him, and the buffs that I could see happening, right? The first of all, the AOE that's going down to 4 minimum, because that's the new generation of units right now. AOE, we're getting 3 MP units AOE and 4 MP.
I feel like 5 is still going to be the bread and butter. It's just we're going to get more 4 MP units, because still
that's the thing. That's going to be the new bread and butter, which I feel like they're trying to move to now. They've got so many 4 MP units now, and
there's only 5.
Well, that's more
and, like,
than
one of
what
them's
they
in
were
global. One of them's global exclusive.
But that was like apparently like everyone said that was a bug. Like they accidentally brought him out with like JP stats, if that makes sense.
What?
But like
like worse?
Yeah.
Like better than JP.
Yeah, no, that's what it was. Yeah, they put him out better than JP. Like, and people was like, "Is this right?" And like, you know, and now you got like Barfinds that's 3 MP. There was who's the other one that's 3 MP? No. Oh yeah, Christmas Narborough now. She's 3 MP. Now you've got Christmas Albedo, that is 4 MP.
Also, Christmas Narborough, can we talk about her?
Yeah.
We talk about it. She packs a punch with her single target. It's 150% plus 32% elemental rate on like 8k plus attack for 3 MP. It's so how strong it is, especially with improved passes.
She's low-key thick.
Yeah.
I want him to buff Neuronist, man. That's all I want.
And Neuronist is the only early unit that has no alternate form right now.
Exactly. Like they put a post on the Instagram and was like, "What Nazarick freaking maid are you summoning for?" And then I put in the comments, "Nazarick Neuronist." And then yeah, hopefully they take the hint for that, because like even if they add a few more tentacles, you know, that's a summon for me right there.
Like a few more tentacles. I don't think they just grow.
Yeah, maybe she like eats humans and like she gets a tentacle per human. I don't know. Like we're getting into lore now, but yeah, I feel like that's enough about the units.
Yeah.
Okay. So besides that, we can kind of look at how JP is going on right now. I'm actually really happy with JP. We have Battle Zone for those veterans who love endgame content that like kick you in the teeth. We've got like the end of the Shield Hero collab, and then we also have Spa, so we have like multiple different like extremes to farm, and you can get like a lot more materials to level up all your units. We're getting Christmas soon. Like there's never been like a lull in content, and I've been enjoying JP a lot.
Thing is, right now the short honeymoon period we had with the Nes Ainz 1% and lots of step ups is probably gonna disappear. It's gone now. Like
Wait
with
for
now
second
Fumi on
anniversary.
1%, and free 10 summons each day. That was a really good time, but right now, like JP is went again to being quite hard to start on or to get good units on.
Oh yeah, I know. The whole energy is kind of like rough, man.
New players.
Wait for second anniversary. I promise it'll be good.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It will be the game closing.
I
Just
think
saying.
I think starting
again.
before is good, so that like you're walking into second anniversary with kind of like your good units, then you just kind of benefit harder.
No, like for the re-rollers and like the newbies, like if you're starting and you haven't like got Naofumi in your account
Yeah.
and you're new, just re-roll for whatever that second anniversary unit is. It's gonna be messed up. It's gonna be stupid. And I guarantee they'll buff Ainz, Nazarick Ainz at that same month, and then they'll put them both in the same banner, and they'll both be still equal terms. Like we'll have to make another tier just for those two, and then everyone's gonna be like summoning for one in particular and get the other one. I guarantee
Watch it do the same thing as last year. Do like a 50-50 step up, where at 10 step you get either OG Ainz or like Nazarick Ainz, but this time you get like either Nazarick Ainz or the new unit.
What do you mean, like second year anniversary is like a Nazarick Neuronist, and like you get either that Neuronist or the old one? This is a win-win right there, though. You can't lose in that situation.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, in terms of JP, like not only in terms of content, but we got not Halloween, Christmas Aura, Christmas Mare, and Enri as well. Won't really talk about those units in particular, but from brief overlooks, they're all quite different, if that makes sense. Like in terms of skills, especially Mare. Like I don't know if you've read what Mare does, but that's quite a unique skill. I think it doesn't.
He is increasing regeneration. He's like Mario together with Naofumi is the best combo that nobody can top. Like Naofumi hates healers in general that give advantage. Like advantage is damage reduce. Like he hates Nazarick Lupu, he hates Saint Clem, because all of them, if they do their buffs or their stuff, his 80% shield gets removed or overwritten. So you need a healer who has a single target heal, but doesn't give him any advantages.
Like Rem.
Like Rem. Or like if you mirror, who gives him 36% regen pattern if you cast it 3 times on him, which is absurd with his high HP stat. He's basically never gonna die.
Yeah.
In addition, Mara also can buff, and his buff and his regen is unique in that it both lasts 5 turns instead of 3.
Mm-hmm.
So you have plenty of time to spare.
So I think I was talking to someone else about how like you can make summer loop good, and I said, dude, make the regen last longer, and then this happens. I was like, well, never mind. Summer loop is gonna be garbage.
You were talking with me there.
Yeah. Alright. So besides that, we have new units coming up. We'll talk about them next podcast. Because we'll be in the middle of the next event. We're gonna talk about the Christmas event. We're gonna talk about the new units and all that other good stuff. Besides that, is there anything else you want to talk about, JP wise or global wise?
For me, not really. I'm just gonna say that, like, not the next podcast, but the one after that is gonna be on Christmas Eve. Are you?
Oh yeah, I know.
I think the next one's gonna have to be quite a long one, I guess, unless you want to do one on Christmas Eve. I'm down, but
Oh yeah, I'm down. We can scrap 2 people who are like forever alone. Just kidding. Spend time with your family during Christmas. But
Mask of envy to everyone.
yeah.
you guys are my family.
But yeah, at worst we can do a 2-man podcast. So at best we'll have 4 people. Anyways, I think that about wraps it up for episode 4 of Day and Night. Thanks for watching, and any shoutouts from you two, Akane?
Big shout out to Sin again for doing a lot of testing with units. Unfortunately, he's not here today, but yeah, big shout out to Sin because he's actually been doing testing with units. And I'd probably say to Fish as well, in terms of the Discord, making loads of those global specific tier lists, which should be helping out quite a lot of new people. So yeah, big shout out to those guys, I would say, in my eyes.
Yeah, we have quite right now. We always had offline user last times, but now we have other people filling his role when he is away, like Mix and Random Seed. They Data Miner and Sin does so much testing with every unit. Like the raid list at the moment, he tested every single unit on the raid Relic list to come
Yeah.
to that.
It's really helpful. Imagine if Sindh was here as well. Damn.
Oh man, I miss that guy. Alright, so yeah, that's about it. Thanks to you all for watching, and peace.